So when I do 6 sealing for closing, that's why I only use the 7-inch knife. I use here to touch you. So look, everybody. I use here to touch your arm, your forearm, or your elbow. Here. I use here to make contact. Because my finger, middle finger, is still aimed at your spine. If I use here, I lose all of that. If I use finger to hand to touch you, I have no more aim. So when I do this here, can you see this does the grinding, but this goes towards your spine, always on your spine. Number 2 is that all moves, you reverse it, you think it's from here, it's always from your Dantian turning out. And whatever you do, the power is always centered on the Dantian. Even when you lock the Dantian and stretch further to your foot, that's just finding another place to use power. The center is always in your Dantian. So your center is always on your Dantian, and your body can move in any way you want to, and your finger is always on your opponent's Dantian. And then that Dantian, you can say, goes all the way up to the nose, to the in between the eyes, and the top is Zuqiao, the upper Dantian, or the throat, or the solar plex, or Dantian. So all these, you never, now you understand. So look at me here. I talk about this a lot. You see my finger is here, aimed at my nose is my opponent's nose. And can you see when I make moves? And I can go up and down. Can you see it's still the same? So I don't have this. Now you understand that? So there are two. One is an outside aim, another is an inside aim. And these 2 anchors are, once the 2 anchors are locked, you can, in the middle, you can do whatever you want. Or you can say, do whatever is necessary. The outside aim is called the lead. The lead is called the destination. You have to know the destination. And when you know the destination, the front of your body has to be on the destination. That's called to lead. And then the inside focuses on your Dantian. That means the source. Your starting point, your power must come from the Dantian. And your lead must point at your opponent's Dantian. And then in between, it's all called, in between is called life. Your own Dantian is called the beginning of life. The destination is heaven. And in between is hardship. I made that up. I don't know whether it makes sense to you. Is that I have multiples of these things already down packed in my body. So that when I randomly do things, I do the form, I do whatever, my focus is never lost. My aim is never lost. But I could be talking about something totally different. Could be a special technique. Could be just a one-time thing. But my whole body, the aim is still there. And the balance is always there. The quad rotation is always there. And the indirectness is always there. And this is why it's very difficult for you to understand, because I already synthesized everything. And once you synthesize everything, you have to render yourself into a position or into a mode that you are not capable of not doing that. See, rear foot straight. This is the proper position. A little bit high, but if it's lower, this is the proper position. But now imagine my front foot open slightly. This is still the proper position. With foot, ankle, knee not moving, I have to shift my body to 45 degrees here. And I cannot do that. And if I do that, can you see I compromised? It's wrong. It has to be like this here. And can you see, I'm telling myself, I'm looking myself, it still moves. If it does not move and I twist my quad here, and I can't hold 3 seconds in that position. Because if you twisted your upper body 45 degrees to the proper position and your legs went with it, that's a toss. And if they don't go with it, remember the analogy I tell you all the time, it's a beer bottle, you have to twist it open. If the bottom goes with it, you can't open it. This is not opening. It opens only because the bottom is held by the other hand. You twist it open. And this move, is from day one. And that's why I say I can't hold myself for 3 seconds, because I force myself and my quad hurts like hell. The quad can turn in all the useless ways. The proper position, you can't turn it. That's why I say, like if I turn my quad, it would be, this is useless. I can do large motions. These are all useless. It's this position, no move. I have to shift it. But see, when I did this here, I shifted my chest. This is like you, Brandon. Can you see here? There's no shift here. The quad here did not have a bottle twist open. It didn't twist open. You just went like this. You see here, when I turned my body, I just went like this. You guys see that now? It's different from this is totally, you put it on a vise, it absolutely does not move, you twist the top, now you can see the top actually comes off. Can you see that? We can't do that. When we are able to do that, that's a true openness. Once you understand it, you realize that you cannot even do that with your arm. So if you put your bicep, if you catch your humerus with a physical device, and then you realize you cannot even open your forearm, because the forearm movement is based on this one tossing. If it absolutely does not move, if you lock it, you realize that the movement is so weird that you've never done that in your lifetime. That's my foot I'm talking about. Whenever you think you are using your power to create a foot to do something, you are always moving. We're always moving. If the Dantian is, let's say, again, today is the first day I use the word vise. If you use a pair of vise shaped to catch the Dantian and lock it, and then whatever you do to the foot, you don't even need to do anything to the foot. When you intend to think about the foot, the muscles in your legs start to flex, you already created that power.